Hello, it's the 22nd of February 2020 and here you are with Dan in Essex, UK in the Polytunnel. So today I'm going to be making an update video and you can see a few things I've got going on here. Quite an exciting time of year for us gardeners. Got some winds today, about 44 miles per hour. Hey, there we go. Certainly not cold, it's about 12 degrees C, which for this time of year in the UK is quite a nice temperature, and everything appears to be quite early, so there we go. Now, going to make a start here and have a look round and discuss some things in the pipeline. Exciting time of year for us gardeners because we're really starting to think about what we want to get going, what we want to get growing for the growing season, and just excitement all round. So let's go. Now, we're going to start here with this peach tree, and this is variety Peregrine, okay? First class tree I purchased from Blackmore Nursery, really good quality tree. And it looks like it's going to be getting some blossom on it this year. Now you can see, just don't know if the camera here will pick this up, but just nice little pink blossoms there. So there's the chance this tree could carry a crop. Now, it's generally advised not to allow sort of immature trees such as this, at least in their first year, to carry a crop, because then the tree can put its effort into establishing and growing. But me being me, if it sets a few fruit, I'm going to leave them be. Why not, hey? Now, same here with the nectarine. This is variety Lord Napier. Once again, this came from Blackmore Nursery. So you can see the quality of both of these specimens. I put that video up the other day talking about, you know, websites, companies that I've ordered trees from, and found them very good indeed. So there we go. Now this once again looks like that's going to, you know, set out, where is it, sorry, that's it, looks like this once again may carry a crop. So if it sets a small one, I'm going to leave it be. Now the Dixie Red peach tree, many of you are well acquainted with this tree, and it's going to be carrying, this is going to be carrying a crop. I've got some, you know, you can just see the pink coming through there for the blossoms. Absolutely lovely, this tree. And I'm going to be pruning it soon because obviously it's trying to escape the polytunnel. I can't allow that. So as you know, can't allow it to, you know, make a hole in the polytunnel for obvious reasons. So I'm going to be pruning this soon, and I'm hoping this tree is going to carry a fantastic crop as it has year upon year. This also came from Blackmore Nursery a few years ago, and it was like these two trees here when I purchased it, and it's now like that, like this, as you can see. This one's actually in the ground, which the other ones are grown. I'm growing them in pots, look, sunk in the ground. There we go. Now the tea plant is looking very good, putting out regular growth here. I think I've been over watering it with you know, you can see why the ends of the leaves are going brown, so I've just cut back a little bit on that. The Persimmon Rojo Brilliante, whoop, the wind is blowing, there we go, Rojo Brilliante here, that's buds are swelling, looking very, very good. The Persimmon here, the variety Fuyu, looking very, very good indeed. The pomegranate. Now, this is starting to be, the buds here are starting to swell as well. Now, this is going to be intriguing just to see how this does, because I know that pomegranates do require a real long and warm growing season, but I've got the tree and we'll see how it does. So you can see down here we've got some leaves here of Komatsuna. With the warmer temperatures, this really has you know, grown well, and real nice strong earthy taste. So yeah, there we go. Now here, the blood orange, there you go, you can see how that's doing, looking very, very good. It looks a bit depressed at the moment because I've had the cover on it, you know. So this has been grown outside throughout the entire winter, so I've been putting a bit of protection on it. It's lost a few leaves, but you know, for what's considered a non-hardy tree, and it's been left outside all winter, it's done very, very well indeed. Right, let's go outside. Oh, here you go, Autumn Royal Grapevine. I gave that a bit of a prune, and I've left that to just, you know, trim and grow. So you're going to have grapes all hanging down here. Isn't that going to be wonderful? So from the, here you go, you can see this is Muscat Blanc. I may even get a few grapes on here this coming growing season. Now I'm hoping this isn't going to be too unpleasant for you, the wind hitting the camera here. So you may notice that this is a new fence panel and it looks absolutely lovely. Now, you may remember that makeshift repair I did on that post, you know, to stop it wobbling about. Well, actually the makeshift repair worked. The post, oh good grief, the post did not break. But unfortunately the old panel that was there blew away and, you know, broke, ripped, whatever. So that had to be replaced. Now I was going to do it myself because I've always sort of assumed responsibility for this fence, if you will, but didn't have to. I came, you know, one day I came out here and it was done. So I owe my thanks to somebody. So there we go. So I've got a brand new replaced post, which I was going to do, and a replaced fence panel. So there we go. No complaints there. Now. What I've done is retrain the grapevine, the Allotment seedless up there. Look, so going to have a nice crop off of that, I think, this year. Down here, got this other Allotment seedless. I've got to think about what I'm going to do with that. Allotment seedless here. Now, you may remember I put some bulbs in, I think it was a few months ago, whenever it was. Daffodils here, look, so they're going to be having some lovely flowers soon. Now, here you go. So, talking about, you know, the lovely bit of bud swelling, look at that look. This is pear tree variety Concord, and this is looking very, very good indeed. So we're really coming on there. Once again, I put some daffs in there. I put some daffs here as well. I think I put a few crocuses in here, but I think I've trod on those when I've been doing stuff. But there we go. So yeah, all cool. Daffs here as well. Okay, my blueberry collection, some of it anyway, under here. This is going to be doing very, very well, I'm sure. All in nice growing mediums, so I'm expecting good crops. Probably not, you know, a massive crop this year, but as these plants mature, they should do very, very well. And you can see the soft fruit bed here, all getting ready to bud up, leaf out, and hopefully produce epic crops when the time is right, along with this lovely Stella cherry, which I love, and I'm going to be ready to cover this up. So I'm hoping that this is going to really thickening up nice and strong. This is on a minaret, okay, minaret rootstock. So for those of you who have got a small garden like myself, or medium to small, depending on what your definition is, whatever, you know, you can grow a cherry in a small to medium sized garden, self-fertile, variety Stella from Canada. I believe this is the first self-fertile cherry tree introduced to the UK, so yeah, not this particular specimen obviously, but this variety. So lovely tree, and hopefully to carry a beautiful crop. And what I've done with it is, you're meant to sort of, with a minaret vertical cordon, you're meant to, you know, prune it so it stays like that, but me being me, I'm doing my own thing and letting it turn into sort of like a miniature tree. There are no rules here. Jubilee plum, be lovely if I can get a crop off of this. If it does set some fruit around that time, whether it does or not, I'll be giving it a bit of a prune. With plum trees, you prune them okay after the fruit has set. You don't prune them when they're dormant like you would a palm fruit, such as an apple or a pear, because if you do that, you can risk introducing silverleaf disease, which, trust me, you don't want that. So if this gets a nice bit of blossom on it, this tree is going to be a powerhouse. You can see the power in it, and just how that trunk has thickened up. I think in a few years this could be a beauty, this tree. Really looking forward to it. Jubilee plum. Yeah, over here the Worcester pearman apple. So once again, that put out some good growth, and up there we go. Now you may remember that squash. I've been allowing it to literally squash over here in the corner there. Look, I'm going to be harvesting those seeds and growing more of those, because you may remember that I grew them down here, and even in the low light levels they did very, very well and produced some lovely fruits. So I'm going to be continuing growing those. Right, so this here is a soft fruit area, okay, blueberries, strawberries, fig as well here, look. Okay, so what I'm thinking about doing here, because this is south facing, with the brick wall here, it gets very warm. So what I want to do is maybe have my melon project running here, okay, of a little mini polytunnel sort of thing, all right? So I'm planning on that at the moment. Of course, we're a long way from that, but definitely going to be running quite an extensive melon project this year with a lot more care attached to what I've done in the last few years, because I'm determined to produce a really good crop of melons this year. So I'll be taking you through with that when I come to do it. Now, some of these strawberries, these are all variety Cambridge favourite, okay? And what I'm planning on doing is maybe taking a few of these containers and putting them in the polytunnel, just to give them a bit of an earlier start to maybe get some earlier fruits. The container grown hydrangea is starting to leaf out lovely, nice and healthy. So here we go. So this is the, you can see they've also replaced this post here, look. Absolutely lovely, hey? But now, looking at this here, this is a vegetable patch. Obviously it's a vegetable patch because it's got vegetables growing on it. But what I had the thought, you know, of putting another polytunnel here. But whether I do or not, I'd love to. But then I'm going to cut down on my, you know, growing space for vegetables. But yeah, the temptation is there. I've got to be honest about it. But you know, we'll see what happens. So there we go. So the wallflowers starting to. This is a hardy wallflower, Erysimum, and you can see Bowles Mauve, I believe is the name of the variety. Starting to put some flowers out here. They're a member of the Brassica family, so they're a member of the same family, you know, as like cabbages and broccoli. I mean, if you look at that, look, it doesn't look unlike a purple sprouting broccoli spear, does it? Okay, so most of you out there, like myself, you're probably starting to feel the gardening energy coming into the forum, if you will, but into the fore, whatever. But I'm being a little bit restrained this year on putting stuff in. Often by now I've got a lot on the way growing. I mean, I've got quite a bit already, but usually I've got a bit more, and I'm being a bit more patient and a bit more considered this year. One reason is because I think we're going to get a late winter, because, you know, at least in this part of the UK, we've got away with it. That's one reason, but also I'm considering a lot more about the way I'm going to be going with all of this. But the melon project is definitely going to be a big feature of the channel this year, because although I did very well with melons one year, and I think okay the next, but just 1 year really at the previous project, I really feel that I've let myself down with the melons, so I need to rectify that, because it's just something that I feel I need to do. So there we go. So any comments, questions, whatsits, whatevers, please feel free to post them down below. As always, if you feel like you would like to subscribe to my channel, once again I would appreciate that, so please feel free to like, share, subscribe. And you can always check me out on Dan_Home Gardens on Instagram. And you know, questions, put them to me. See you next time.